I'm Dan Page, and welcome to Geek Delegation Playlist. If anybody understands how hard it is to keep up with music these days, it's me. I'm cool with being the old guy that complains that all of today's music is awful, but then I'd be missing out on some new bands, new trends, and new music from bands that broke through years ago. So I'll go through some of the newest songs out there and give you some recommendations for your personal playlist. Now, this was a huge week for pop punk, which you guys know was one of my favorite genres, but in a way, it's kind of a son, father, grandfather dynamic, as we had one of the newer bands, one of the stalwarts of the scene, and one of the OGs all releasing new music this week. First is All Time Low with Once in a Lifetime.
Once in a lifetime, never the right time to get fast and kill me slow.
All Time Low came a little bit after my scene heyday, but the new stuff they've been putting out is absolutely awesome. If you remember, they had Monsters a few months back, which was absolutely huge.
I'm wondering why do all the monsters come out at night?
A little more rap flavored, it had Black Bear featured on it. This one's a little more straightforward of a power pop punk song, but I really like it because it has a lot of 90s cues to it. I love it, it's a great song, and it should be an immediate add to your playlist. Next is With Confidence with Big Cat Judgement Day.
Lately I've been wishing that the fire in the kitchen would grow higher. I've been waiting.
They're an Australian pop punk band that broke out about 5 years ago when they signed to Hopeless Records. They had some awesome tracks like Voldemort, Moving Boxes, and Without Me.
I will try to hold you up through those times when you were gone.
This one's a new, fun track that sounds like it could come from the 90s as well, so it's an ad for me. And now we take it way back with one of the first bands to break out of the pop punk scene, The Offspring. The song is called We Never Have Sex Anymore. Now, one can argue that they're not really pop punk, and they really haven't been for a long time. And I'd be inclined to agree with you, but that's a whole different discussion. Last week, they dropped a song called Let the Bad Times Roll, and this week they dropped this, and it's, well, The Offspring.
Oh, baby, let the bad times roll like your belly flow.
If you like The Offspring, you'll probably like this song too. I'm a sucker for horns, you know I love ska, so naturally, I added it. This week's bonus band is a band that you may not have heard of. Now, the song isn't brand new, but it's probably new to you. It's from a band called Fit the Bill, and the song is called Long Way Back.
Let's take the long way back to your place tonight.
I'd be remiss if I didn't give this band a shout out because one of their members, named Cody, is in a group that I'm in, and he is the most DIY guy I've ever seen on the internet. He literally posts on every single post that I see in this group. So you know what? I give him props, and for that I want to give him a shout, and if that's not the DIY aesthetic, what is? That's it for this week. You know me, I'm Dan. Make sure you share and subscribe, and I'll make sure to listen to all the new music this week so you don't have to.